Hey friends, welcome back, and today we are doing container garden tour number 2, and this week is going to be the back porch containers as well as all the containers on the front side of the house. So last week we did all the containers around the pool and the kids' playhouse, and we did the one urn container in the garden bed. So I want to show you first and foremost about these urns here. They are so beautiful, and to give you a little bit of a backstory on how I got those urns. So let's take a look at them. You guys are going to adore these. I wish I could show the urn better, but it's all covered. Anyways, so a little backstory on this is that these were not the intended planters that I had ordered. They are different, and they came in and they were huge. I mean, I thought they were the way they looked in the box were much bigger. And the ones I had ordered were much smaller, and I'm so glad I just decided to keep, because bigger planters are always a better idea, always. They hold more soil, that means they retain more water for longer periods of time, and you get to plant more flowers, right? So in this one we have a Kimberly Queen Fern, I have pink and white sun patience in there, and then again that Super Bina pink cashmere and the silver falls for my thriller. So this is one of my favorite planters this year. This is actually one of my favorite planters to plant every season. So let me take you to the back door planters, and I love these guys because they're much more of a foliage container than they are flowers, and normally that's not my style, but I did really enjoy how these have turned out this year. So let's go take a look at those really quick. Okay, so these planters, last year I had some Eugenia 3-ball topiaries and I absolutely loved them. I sold out of them at the store within 2 weeks, the first 2 weeks of being open. So then I thought, okay, I'll do palms and I'll do some white sun patience around it. Sold out of all my palms by the time I actually got to these. So we went with the variegated ginger, a polka dot plant, a white one, and then this is a wandering Jew variety from Proven Winners. So I kept it super simple, a lot of foliage, and I love these because honestly I'll probably just take them inside, find a corner. They'll do really well with some just indirect sunlight, so I'll be able to overwinter them. I don't know how the polka dot plants will overwinter, but everything else will do perfectly fine. We'll just have to see kind of how they do and trim them back, and maybe if I cut them all the way back, maybe they'll come back when I bring them out next spring. So I'm going to show you guys a couple other containers back here. Actually, just one more other container. I lied too. Hold on. I'm going to show you my succulent planter. Grab that quick. So this is just a really cute succulent planter. We had guests coming over. I didn't have succulents at the store at the time. Honestly, I found this at Aldi's, so I grabbed this really quick. So this is a great piece. I just set it on my back patio here. I water it when it rains. I hardly ever water this thing. And then I'll show you this 321 yucca plant. Typically they don't do well in the sun, but I haven't had any issues with it. It's been in the sun, in the hot sun for a few weeks now, and it looks perfectly fine. So I'll show you that one. The house now, and I have 2 of these planters on each side of the garage, and this one has the Angelonia, a white Angelonia snapdragon there, Super Bina pink cashmere. This is going to be new. It came out to some of your garden centers this year, but most of them that carry Proven Winners should have this one next year. It's a 2025 variety. It's the Tiara Pink. It's super beautiful. It is since it is paired with that pink cashmere, it hasn't taken off near as much, just because this pink cashmere Super Bina really takes over so many things. And this is a tricolor sweet potato vine here. There once again was some pink sun patience in here that just have gotten eaten alive by everything else that is growing in here. I did just prune all of this back last week, so there are a whole bunch of new blooms on here, and typically it's like flooded with pink, but right now there's just a few pink blooms on the Superbena. But like I said last week, I really trimmed it back hard. You don't typically have to do that, but I just wanted to because I wanted to give it another flush to really get me through. It'll probably last me until September now. So I'm going to show you a real showstopper with the Superbena pink cashmere. You guys are going to die. So let's check this one out. Okay guys, how beautiful is this? It is so pretty. So I have literally done 0 things to this besides fertilize and water. None. What I had in this originally, there were 6 sun patients and 6 of the Superbena pink cashmere, and as you can see, you can no longer see the pink cashmere. This is an urn that's in here that sits kind of on the top of this. This is a water fountain, so there is a fountain that comes out the front of this. We're still trying to get that working, but I think it's the electric or something that's just not being awesome for us. But up in the urn we have this Gara, and it does okay. It's just kind of there. I wish I would have done without it and just planted another Tiara pink Supertunia. And then there are some pink sun patients in there. Again, the Tiara pink is incredible. If you are looking at both the Tiara pink and the Tiara blue for next year, know that the Tiara blue doesn't do as well as the Tiara pink. The Tiara pink is more vigorous than the Tiara blue. Both are still beautiful, but I would pick, if you want something that gets a little more vigorous, pick the Tiara pink. So that is all that's in this one, but it's just so eye-catching. It's so pretty from the road, and I love this one a whole lot. I was gonna do bubble gums in this, and I'm kind of glad I didn't because they're a little more work. Side note, if I'm gonna choose between the bubblegum and a jazzberry Supertunia, you guys have to do the jazzberry if you have not done so. And when you do, you will know why. I just feel like they don't get as leggy, and they're just really, really beautiful, and they're more mounding habit, just perfect. I don't have any planted this year here, but I have a lot of different customers because I wanted to really show off this Superbena pink cashmere. Now I'm going to show you a window box that got plugged. So it rained like 4 inches in one day a few weeks ago, and it's a self-watering main window box, and somehow it got waterlogged, and it's just not doing great, but it's still holding on, and it's okay. But you guys can come check that one out next. Okay, so if I stand here, this looks really good, but I'm gonna step this way and it doesn't look so good anymore. So it had white sun patients here. I had a bunch of white sun patients here. There were pink sun patients here. And I mean, the Supertunias are still doing good. My spider plant's doing good. The ferns are not doing awesome now. I don't really know, but this is what happens. You have to check on your planters. I was just like, oh, that should be fine. I put water in it a couple weeks ago, or like a week ago, and it rained 4 inches. We're good. No, we weren't good because it got waterlogged and I wasn't giving it any attention. So I tried to doctor it, give it some bug hut insecticide, or pesticide, not pesticide, the bug huts, fungicide, and I tried a different fungicide, and I tried fertilizing it, and these guys are doing okay. Like I said, the spider plant's doing okay, but the rest of it's kind of. So this is the failed container of the year at my house so far. So we all fail, guys. And typically, if you've been around for a little bit over on my Instagram page, you know that I really love to do the elephant ears up here. But this year I opted to do some ferns and a bunch of caladiums. I have some just regular white bedding impatiens in there, and then some ivy. These clowning around caladiums are my all-time favorite caladium. They are so fun, they're so pretty, and I think they look more red right here, but I think had I if I would have put a pink impatient down there, I think it would have pulled more pink, which is what I was more after because everything around the house is pink. The ferns back here were a fail. So another fail for this year were the ferns back here. They didn't do well. I thought they were really going to take off and get big because I have 3 different types of ferns back there. So I was a little bit disappointed in that. Next year, I think I'm going to do the same things with the Caladium, but I'm still going to add, there's a new alocasia called Emerald Isle alocasia that Proven Winners is going to have, grown by Classic Caladium, and it's going to be marvelous. So I want them here, same look, but do that and maybe add the pink impatiens up there. But overall, I do really like how this has grown together. So I'll tell you that this is the white Wonder Caladium, the clowning around Caladium. Like I said, just a white bedding impatient there, and then just an ivy. I do have a Kimberly Queen fern back here, and they're just not doing awesome. But I love them nonetheless. They look really good. So that is all I have for you guys today, and I hope you enjoyed our tour of our container gardens. I'm going to be doing a couple garden tours of my mother-in-law's and her mom's in the next couple weeks, so get ready for those. And I have actually reached out to one of our garden center customers this spring. She showed me what her garden looked like, and I was about to die, guys. It is so beautiful. So I'm waiting for her to get back to me if I can go tour her garden, because I will feel so privileged if she lets me do that. But that is all I have for you today, guys, and we'll see you soon.